Cat out of jail. I'm gonna see if I can finish this today. This is, I think, on the second last chapter of Stray on PS5. This cat was captured and put in jail. So I just hit 50 followers today, so I was going to do a karaoke marathon stream to reach 50 followers, but now I'm gonna do a karaoke stream probably next weekend. That's gonna center mainly around 90s grunge um, and alternative stuff. That's where my vocal range sits. So I just need to figure out some technical stuff. I have a little music studio in my home, and I would really like to do it from there so I can use my a really decent microphone and belt out a little more than I might normally. So we'll see how that goes. I'll try and do that next weekend if I can get all of the tech stuff worked out. I also need to catch up on a lot of work, so we'll see how this next week goes. But I'm hopeful. This is Stray on PS5, which I think looks pretty darn good. And it has a dedicated mail button. Oh, no, jump down there. Cat's fine. I think I need to figure out a better way. Might just need to do a mad dash. Hey, there's me. Not sure if I have any of this set up in a great place. Hello. I actually have a cat in here with me right now. If he wants to come out. Come here. Come here. Come here. Nope. Gave me a very sour look. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Serpentine, 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 serpentine. Serpentine, serpentine, serpentine. Ooh. Oh my god. Hello, hello. That's went from 0 to 60 really quick. Carp, thank you for the raid. Holy cow. You definitely didn't have to do that. You know, I tried to turn on my raid alerts, but because I'm at 50 but not yet an affiliate, it wouldn't turn it on. So I have an alert for raids, but it's not working just yet. So thanks everybody. Awesome. Wow. Yes, I do have a beard. When you get a little light up here, you go a little big down here. Um, I This is actually rather new. I was a background extra for The Last of Us, um, which we filmed in um, around this time last year, or maybe it's around May by the time I filmed it. And my hair was, they had made me grow my hair out long, and I was so sick of it. And I'm thinning on top that I said, to hell with it, I'm cutting it all off. So I've been bald since then. I've been shaved bald since then, and grew the beard a little longer because I do some background work for TV shows and stuff, and they love the big beard because we do a lot of westerns out here. Um, so, and speaking of which, I'm hoping to be able to be in some more stuff this year. We'll see what happens. Um, I'm lucky that the casting background casting director that I've done all my stuff with does a lot of the stuff that's out here. So now, unfortunately, I'm in The Last of Us, but you don't see me. The particular scene that I did was had about 400 people in it, and it's at the beginning of episode 5 where they've rolled into Kansas City, and there's a big celebration and they're shooting guns into the air and flares and that. I'm in that crowd, but you don't see me. Although there's a young Asian guy that they've focused on a couple times. I've done a couple, like probably 3 shows with him. He's awesome. So the cool thing is, even though I was really bummed to not being able to see myself, although maybe I could spot the corner of my head in one, I don't know. Anyways, is I'm able to see people I've gotten to know over the last year in starting to do background work. Um, my good friend Tom is one of the guys. Uh, kind of spoiler for the show, but in episode 6, I think Joel is injured, and the group of guys that are attacking them, 2 guys that I know are in that one. Tom and Mark are 2 of the guys racing after them when they jump on the horse and ride away. So that is so cool. Like being able to see people I've done this stuff with shown. Um, and in the last episode they just had that has what is that robot doing? The last episode they had where Ellie is in the sort of commune um, thing. One of the people there that they focus on is a guy that I've done background work in 1 or 2 shows, a couple Western ones. Though, is it's just crazy when you see them, when you see people you've met and hung out and set with get really shown. I don't know about this robot, but yeah, it's been cool. I did. Oh no, jump up. Hey, sick. Yeah. So hey, thanks for following, Saxton. How's it going? I can't wait to see some of your cat centric scenes or streams that you do. I'm looking forward to that. I should uh, I should do one. I've got three cats that run around here with me, my little friends. So I should do one where I show my little babies. So yeah, I think I did four TV shows last year in total. And before the it, before it got to wintertime, and now I'm hoping that that I'll be in some more now that we're into springtime. They're starting to book things again, so we'll see. I'm hopeful. But you just never know, right? Um, it's one reason I keep the big beard is they always look for it now, and that's what they expect of me. So they do it on that sort of basis. I just filmed. I actually did just film another one in November or December that I'm pretty excited about, but I can't talk about it. One of those things where they um, somewhere in when I agree to all these things, you sign a bunch of NDAs, but you don't always think of it, and then I get myself into trouble because I want to tell people about these shows I'm going to be in, but I can't. No, no, Ronan, I don't think my partner would be too happy if I did that. Oh God, I keep meowing, and I forget that the dedicated meow button will let these things know that you're there. I need to figure out my route out of here. I need to get up there. I mean, if someone wanted to cast me and I was 20 years younger, maybe I'd be, those stupid things. I would probably make some terrible life choices if I was 20 years old and not married. My God, this cat is so cute. Hey, making poor life choices means you're still kicking. Just gotta own those choices. Checkster freaking out up there. Oh, there's screens. That's why it's made to look like there's blue sky outside. Because I'm in an underground city. I bet you have a ton of good stories. I mean, what else are you gonna do in Airdrie? If you're in Airdrie, you're gonna find the nearest parking lot and you're gonna shotgun some beers. There's not much else going on. I can also meow during the cat cutscenes, which is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, that's the reason you come out to where I live is you want to go to the mountains. You want to go to Banff, you want to go to Canmore, or if you're really in the know, you just go to K Country, go to Kananaskis because that's I'd say even nicer. Yeah, the when so I mentioned this on an earlier stream. I think when you were on running, I grew up in southern Saskatchewan in a small farming village, and to my dream was always to move to somewhere near the Rocky Mountains. I wanted to live in the mountains if I could, and now I live close enough. Um, Although it's funny how little I actually get to the mountains. Oh god. I keep forgetting I keep pressing the meow button because I'm constantly spamming the meow button and then I keep tipping these things off. So yeah, I always wanted to live near the mountains and now I live in the city and and I spend lots of time here and for sometimes you don't go to the mountains for months. Cypress Hills, legitimately, Cypress Hills is one of the nicest areas in Saskatchewan. Down where I'm from, it's down near what's called Grasslands National Park, which is also an amazing park. If you ever find yourself in the flatlands of Saskatchewan and you want to see some beautiful badlands and prairie, um, then Grasslands National Park is really awesome. And there's a ton of history. I mean, it's not all good, but there's a lot of if you're into the history of Canada, even if you aren't, it's an interesting part of the world. Yeah, Banff is definitely expensive. That's why I don't tend to even go there unless I'm taking someone there to visit because Banff is just so busy, really tough. Yeah, exactly. so for you non-Canucks, yeah, think North Dakota, Montana. You know, I grew up 30 miles from the Montana border, and when you think Montana, you think a lot of boring stuff. But then, you know, take into account things like Glacier National Park, some really beautiful country out there, and lots of good, salt of the earth kind of people. Lots of good folks. Oh no, I need to go rescue that friend there, I think. Okay. Serpentine. Serpentine, 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 serpentine. See you, Ronan. Hey, Centrix. Sorry, I didn't say hello before when I saw your message. I should have said hi. How are you? How's Yakuza going? I've been lurking a lot on your Yakuza streams and watching you gamble. But I haven't been able to chat too much. But just know I have been there. I don't know what it is about your watch counter though. It's perpetually stuck at one. Even when I know there's myself and say Lulik or some other folks there. It's the weirdest thing. Yeah, I need to play the Yakuza games. I one of those series that I keep buying the games. I've got all the games, but I keep not having the time to dedicate to really getting into them. Yeah, I think Lilac is the only one that Twitch is caring about. Yeah, it's weird. Maybe you should reach out to Twitch and say something because you know, there are lots of times where I'm sitting in there lurking, and um, it should be counting that. I mean, maybe it is. Maybe that's why it's sitting at like 1.5 because maybe I'm only there for say 2/3 of the stream or so. I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. But yeah, definitely appreciate the big influx of viewers, and very nice of Carp to do that to raid in here. Now that I've hit the 50 followers and all these things, suddenly now I have a huge list of things I need to do for the channel, to work a lot of stuff out. I've got a bunch of plans for things I want to do and lots of art for it. Time is the toughest thing. I thought, see, that's the thing, Zero. I thought you were. I thought I got a thing quite a while ago that you had followed. Weirdest thing. For some reason, I thought for sure you had followed like a couple weeks or something ago. Thank you, Carp. I really do appreciate it. I can't wait to see the finished the thing you were painting, that frame you were painting today. I hope you're gonna put that up on your Instagram so I can take a look. And if anybody isn't following Carp's Instagram. You should. It's cool stuff. Um, let's see if I can figure out anything. I'm not super great at Twitch stuff yet. I'll try and get better. Like I said, a lot of plans for this. A lot of artwork I want to do. A lot of sort of branding and fun stuff. I will probably just if I can swing it, I will probably stream most of my art making process. Because I'd like to do a lot of I'd like to do some art streams as well. I collaborate with a local friend here in Calgary, and we make comic books and zines and stuff like that. So I'd like to stream some of that kind of stuff. We're hoping to get into a zine show in Edmonton for May, so I need to produce some work for that. I'm really new to that stuff, and getting back into making art. So it'll force me to be more productive, create more art. I've been doing some fun. Oh, thank you so much for the Extra Life donation. That's one thing I should mention. Let me throw this up on the screen. I raise money for Extra Life, which raises money for the Alberta Children's Hospital, which is here in Calgary. It is all of southern Alberta and southeastern BC, and even a little bit of southern Saskatchewan. Hurt and sick kids can come here, and there's a place for their family to stay while they're recovering. So this is my 8th year of Extra Life. In the last 8 years, I've raised about $5,700 US for the Alberta Children's Hospital Foundation. All goes towards them. So yeah, definitely a cool thing. And I'd say even check out to see if there are Extra Life people in your areas. It's all over North America, and it started down in the States and has expanded into Canada, and it's all good stuff. The work they do is really great, and it's a really awesome way that for someone like me to take my hobby of video games and do some good with it. So yeah, like I said, this is the 8th year that I'm doing Extra Life, and it's been really rewarding. I've met some really good people here, and yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, zines. The thing I like about zines, Matt, is that they can be anything, right? So, uh, I've I've only done about 4 zines so far, because we did one zine show last summer, and we produced some work for that. And my collaborator Gord did a really cool adaptation of a ghost story out of Medicine Hat, Alberta, of this ghost train. So he adapted a book that talked about that. It was really good. I did one that was sort of an information and story about ghost towns of southern Alberta along this road that's called the Redcoat Trail. It roughly follows the path that the Northwest Mounted Police, which is now the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, took on what was called this March West. So they went from the middle of the country in just south of Winnipeg and Manitoba, and marched all the way west to Lethbridge, Alberta, to try to break the illegal whiskey trade, and also, let's be honest, further some colonialism. So as they did that, the trek that they took has became this thing called the Redcoat Trail, and the Redcoat Trail has been big for me in my life. It was, the one of the major roads just north of where I grew up, and what happened is, as they settled the West, where I lived in Western Canada, they put a town every about seven kilometers, um, and so it settled really quickly. And farming and agriculture was the big thing, and that's how I grew. That's was my circumstances growing up. And then all these little towns eventually, the train lines dried up, the money dried up, the all things happened, and so all these ghost towns were created. Kind of sprouted all across the West here, and so I took a trip down with my collaborator Gord a couple of years ago, and we went down there and went camping, and so I did this zine that was actually kind of popular this summer, with a map and information about ghost towns in southern Alberta on the Redcoat Trail. Something I find really cool because we do a lot of like Canadian history and Canadian identity kind of stuff. Um, and then, but what I've also been doing are these adaptations. I'll take a movie that I love from my childhood. So I've done Blade Runner, Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Die Hard, and I force myself to adapt them down to a 8-page mini zine, which ain't easy, let me say. But for me, it's a good exercise in to forcing myself. Is that going to focus? That's not going to focus. Oh yeah, it might focus. So it forces me to adapt a big full story and take it down to 8 pages. So here's I'm gonna put my face behind it. Here's my Rocky Horror Picture Show in 8 pages. So I want to I want to do some streams where I actually work on adapting these because I have plans for more. And there's an kind of old timey theater here in Calgary. I also get to do fun stuff like this so that you can take this to a Rocky Horror Picture Show screening and sing along. Um, I want to do a bunch more of these and do them on stream. I want to do Alien. I want to do a bunch of ones from when I was a kid. So yeah, I did like Blade Runner. I did Rocky Horror Picture Show. Did Die Hard. So if I get the backbone to do it, I'd like to stream that process. But who knows? That's some of the fun stuff I'd like to do. I got a lot of plans for this thing, but not a ton of time to do it. I also need to. I really do need to get rid of one of my jobs, and have a little more time for things. So yeah, because I teach. I'm a casual instructor at a local college, part time. In addition to, I have my own graphic design business, and I help my wife with um, their private business as well. And I'm doing the comic thing now as well. So it feels like I've got 3 jobs, and now I want to start Twitch streaming more, which means it's like a 4th job. So something needs to give. So there's a good chance I will get rid of the teaching maybe, or do less of it, so I can have more time for streaming and things like that. I feel like everybody I talk to on Twitch, it's just it's the way that the gig economy works these days. We all seem to have like a job and a side hustle, maybe a second job and a side hustle. It's the way of the world. It ain't great. I mean, it can work, but it's tough. Oh no. Oh, I got tagged. Luckily, I've been self-employed for about 20 years now. So no complaints because I've worked from home for 2 decades, and the whole world has finally figured out what I've known and been talking about for 20 years is working from home is the best. Yeah, it's funny. I talk to people now and they're like, wow, this working from home stuff, boy, this is really nice. And I'm like, I've been telling anybody who will listen for 2 decades to get yourself something where you can work from home because it's just avoid the commute, avoid that stress, avoid that hassle. It doesn't work for everybody, but I definitely know some people who say I miss the commute, I miss that kind of time in my own space that I have, and but it's I think it's some of the it's it can make your job a little less stressful to cut that commute. That's the $1 million question, Ty, is how do you find something that also pays you well, and can pay you enough to live? What I've found personally is my business paid me enough to live for a lot of years. And then 2018, 2019 started happening. And so we're talking pre-pandemic, but times for small business in my part of the world, like small businesses were absolutely hollowed out here in my city, which has traditionally been very strong, um, business wise. It was a hard bunch of years. So I've already been experiencing tough years, lean years before the pandemic. Then the pandemic came and made that even harder. So it's left me looking at like, okay, what do I have to do to pivot and diversify my own way of making a living. Luckily, my partner has a stable and strong job, but for myself, it's been a precarious situation for 5 years, right? So now I'm looking at stuff like, okay, can I leverage Twitch streaming into a small bit of income stream? Can While still making sure I'm keeping the focus on my extra life fundraising, but can I make some small bit of income stream for that? Okay, am I teaching on the side as well to get an income stream for that? And how much time does it take? Am I able to do that and still have time for these other things? It's all those things, right? And so the first thing if you're looking at, wanting to do something like that, is look at your area, and you have to think of it from a purely like business point of view, right? Like, what do people need around here that isn't being met? And does my skill set, does my mind and my ability match up with that? And can I marry those two things together? And then you never know, you might find something where you say, you know what, the way I work, even if, say for example, you're like, hey, I can even recognize that people around here need a certain product, a certain, like, I don't even know, it's gonna sound dumb, but I'm just gonna, like, everybody around here needs a mailbox, let's say. Like, well, I'm in a rural area and everybody needs a mailbox, and can't find them anymore. Maybe, but I can swing a hammer, I can cut wood, I can do good stuff like that. Maybe you get yourself a nice little side business. Stuff like that. I find that more and more in this kind of world, in this kind of gig economy thing, we have to think in those ways of, like, always be identifying, like, opportunities in that way, like identifying, um, things that people need that they can't get, that maybe your skill set matches up to. And And then the scary thing that always happens is those things aren't those things don't always last forever. Oh crap. Those things don't always last forever. So say for example with me, I had a successful small business for years and years, and now suddenly like my clientele have been had because they had hard years. It hollowed out not my ability, not my availability, but my own clientele got hollowed out. And yeah, and you have to be able to compete with Amazon and everyone else, right? Because if it gets to something where it's like the convenience factor means they can get somewhere else. For me, it was stuff like, the rise of things like Squarespace and that where people, small business owners, I catered to small business owners, to other small businesses, because we had a thriving community of small businesses in my city. So there were always new companies starting up. There was always opportunity for that. So I did well for 15 years. And then what happened is suddenly small businesses in my city started getting just decimated. The economy went bad, opportunities got lousy for other people. People weren't able to start as many businesses or sustain their businesses. And so, you know, that's the kind of junk that happens. So um, then you also have to be willing and able to pivot and say, well, if that's not going to work anymore, what else can I do? And is it something within my industry or something outside of it? So I was able to luckily get into some educational stuff. So I teach now as well. And yeah, just sucks. You just gotta like hustle, hustle, hustle. It seems like you're constantly hustling. And I think that's one thing that's tough about is you are just constantly having to hustle. Oh, cat. And you never know when your Squarespace is going to arrive and disrupt where you are and decimate that. Um, so yeah, it ain't easy. Let's just say that. Oh crap! I left one of them out there. Darn it. That said, though, if you can have a nice stable 9 to 5 kind of thing, there's nothing wrong with that. I know there are lots of days where I say, I'll take the commute if I could just have that stability. And I just like looking at the cat. Maybe something I can push over to where I need to be. Hey, robot. Time, come over here. Can you give me a boost? Yeah, see you later. Thanks for tuning in, Centrix. Good to see you. I'm actually supposed to be doing my invoicing for my business today, but then I decided I would much rather try and finish Stray. The timing was good, I guess, since I didn't know how long Carp was going to be streaming for. Can I jump on top of Clementine? Like I should be able to jump up there. Cat is not into it. Usually the cat makes these jumps. Yeah, show me where to go. I have most of the heads-up display turned off on this game too, which sometimes doesn't do me any favors. Because sometimes it would say, it would show me something here. I notice I have to be way more attentive. Here I am not paying attention. Serpentine, serpentine, serpentine. Don't sacrifice yourself, Clem. I think I'm probably going into the last chapter of the game here now. I'm hoping to actually finish this today, which I don't think it'd be too hard. I have a feeling that the last chapter is going to wrap up rather quickly. Feeling I get. It's usually how that goes. Oh, I hope they let me sit on the seat like a subway driver. I want to see a little cat's head poking out. It's interesting when I see this, look at this on the feed, because everything on PS5 seems to have HDR on it, so I get these like super vibrant colors. It isn't not vibrant on the stream, but it's definitely less vibrant. I have a feeling there's going to be some sort of terrible truth here. It's very sad stuff. Get up there somehow. Huh? No, you don't want to jump. Why don't you want to jump? Oh, here we go. My cats would totally do that. If they would wake up, I could show them to you. I might be able to grab one of them. Hi. Do you want to show yourself? Let's do that. Look at that fine specimen of a cat right there. Aren't you a funny one, eh? Aren't you a funny one? Once in a while she catches, the cat on the screen catches her eye and she wants to go see what it is. There you go. Back to sleep. At some point I'll probably just have to do a dedicated just cat stream. I know anytime when I'm teaching my college classes and my cats are shown on screen for even the briefest second, people go crazy. I get to go do some cat stuff. I feel like they really captured the cat stuff. Oh no! A wild corn fan has appeared. How do I ban this corn fan? I know. Sunshine hour streaming. I was talking with one of the other streamers that I follow, Quinish. They were saying how they want to watch me, but I always, what did they say? You're always on your demon hours. Always doing demon hour streaming, middle of the night. And I said, well, I'll do angel hours someday. I really wanted to finish the game today, and I have to go out tonight. So I figured I'd get it out of the way this afternoon if I could. So then I can start a new game, and I'm kind of celebrating hitting 50 followers today. So I'm also going to do a big karaoke stream, I think, next weekend if I can work out all the technical kinks on doing a big karaoke stream. Maybe next weekend if it works. Then I'll go back to just streaming at 2 in the morning. How do I do special things for... There's a way for me to do special things for you. But I don't remember how. There's a way... It's like K... And... Oh, that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Oh, you know what? Okay, I was trying to VIP you, but it's no, banning is really easy. It's VIPing somebody that you have to know the console command. I don't think I actually have any slots, so I'm hoping once Twitch says, hey, yes, you're an affiliate, I should be able to VIP you. Although that might be dangerous. I don't know. Letting a wild corn fan get into the VIP list. Yeah, banning is easy. I could do that in one click. Ooh, now I get to go destroy stuff. What am I supposed to do? I wasn't paying enough attention. Full view of the whole city. Oh, okay. The cam audio was probably out because I'm using NVIDIA Broadcast. No, I thought I had finally solved NVIDIA Broadcast not working correctly, or they had solved it, and obviously that's not the case. So if you're hearing that, what I'll do is I'll go back to. Yeah, I know NVIDIA has just been not not being my friend. Um, I'll probably just switch to my regular webcam feed in future. I just wanted to get the background blur back on because I kind of like the way it does that, and I thought I finally had enough horsepower to do it. I don't know. Um, I'll do this and then I'll look at it later and see what happens. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I don't. There's no explanation of why broadcast is out of sync for me quite often, but sometimes I think it's as simple as I lost my train of thought. Like I probably just turn things on in the wrong order. I have to turn on in a certain order to get the feed to go properly, but then it messes up something else. It's there's so many compromises you have to make. Okay, robot, you told me I had to destroy something, and now yeah, a couple seconds. Yeah, it's not surprising. That's what it always was before. It's just sometimes I test it and it works perfectly, and then other times I test it and it's all wrong. And I actually think it's the order in which I turn things on. And what happens is for me to get my HDMI switch with my PS5, and then NVIDIA Broadcast, and then OBS, and then Twitch, and then Restream, and all that to work, I have to do things in such a regimented order that it's one of those things. I think I just have to make the decision of like, okay, that as many things work as possible, and then NVIDIA is out. Because I think if I had NVIDIA working correctly, it would break something going out to the stream completely, or I wouldn't get a proper feed out or something. There we go. If I had the heads up display on, it would show me more things to tell me where I need to scratch. Just have to look for the right panel. I have to spam the action button sometimes. This is the last chapter of this game, so I assume that as soon as I destroy all these computers, the game's probably done. I started Because the cat was in jail when I started this one, and then as far as I know, this control room chapter is the last one. So I'm pretty sure this is the last little bit of stuff to do. So I assume I'll probably be done by within the top of the hour here. Uh-oh. Okay. I probably have to... Hopefully my cat doesn't get shot by something. Oh, I'm gonna be without my robot friend again, I think. Corn Pan's here.
I was gonna say, hi, Corn Pan.
Everybody who's tried to help this cat in this game has gotten bad consequences. Hopefully, yeah, the sunlight should kill all of the little vermin guys. Yeah, sunlight does always win. Gotta go back to the dark soon. It does look really cool. See, if I was going to do a walled city, I wouldn't have it open from the top. That's like raining hell down on the city. Ah, this game is stunning. Hopefully my cat family's over here. Cool. It's a neat game. Yeah, if you get a chance to play Stray, it's good. I don't know how many hours it was. I kind of took my time. I didn't get these memories you find throughout it, and I found, let's say, 2/3 of them. I just tried to find whatever was kind of organically wherever I was going. But I think I could probably spend another hour going back and getting those. That's one thing I like about the PS5. It makes it so easy to go back and get stuff that you missed because you can just jump to anywhere in a game as long as it's sort of a native PS5 game. That's very good. So I don't know what games I'm going to play next. I've got so darn many. I don't know if I'm going to play another PS5 game or start delving into some of the Game Pass stuff now that I have Game Pass on the Xbox. I got my Switch set up in here now. I got my arcade PC hooked up, but I need to do some work to get that in a fighting shape. Yeah, I could definitely start playing Fortnite again. New season just started today. I might. I think I'll wait for this term of teaching to be done, and then I'll have the whole summer to kind of get real Fortnite stupid again. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I've had a lot of good times playing Fortnite for the, like, what was it? It was almost like 2 years, I think. Or a year and a half I was playing. It's just that that got to a pretty extreme place where I was playing so much of it. And I'd like to play try and tackle some of this backlog. But yeah, I'm going to do more of that. And I want to get doing some art streams, some comic streams. I'm going to be building and illustrating a deck of oracle cards for my partner, which are basically like even more hippy-dippy version of tarot cards. We're making our own custom set of that to sell through their business. So I will be starting to illustrate those. I don't know when I'll start doing that, probably this summer. And I asked Michelle, hey, do you mind if I stream that whole process? And they said, sure. So I might do that. We'll see. I don't know if it'll make my progress go faster or slower though, so hard to say. Oh, Stray is awesome. That was really good. I ended up getting Stray on both PS5, PS4, PS5, and on PC. So it looks like what you can do with this after you're done is you can go back to any chapter you want to find the memories that you've missed. But I wonder if the PS5 way of doing that might be even faster. I wonder if you could get to... I know when I was playing Astrobots, whatchamacallit, it was, you could jump to a lot of these things. Oh yes, yeah. I thought I might try and platinum this one, but I don't know at the time, and plus I don't want to play through the whole game again and try and finish it in 2 hours. You could do it, but you don't. I think you'd have to really have the routes figured out. There are a lot of ones I didn't get. I probably won't worry about doing that. Cool game though. Okay, so I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna find somebody to raid. If anyone has any suggestions of people to raid, I'm happy to find some new friends, or I can find hopefully somebody that can find some new friends or some old friends.
Through the Blizzard
Let's see
forums,
who's
actually.
Streaming at the moment.
People posting clips of like his hardcore journey and shit.
Okay, we've got Targus is streaming. They do I think Targus might actually be from Calgary as well, and they do really good music streams. Also Tetsuo is there playing some Counter-Strike. Let's jump over to Targus. Targus is awesome. Does these like amazing really amazing music loops. I'm glad you caught it as well. I'm gonna be trying to just do more and more and more. Now that I've hit the 50 followers, I think I've got a high enough viewer count and all the rest of it to do the affiliate thing, and it's just gonna open things up so I can do more fun stuff. I can start to put some emotes in and some cool stuff like that. So, and I want to start doing some crazy art that I'll have in the streams and that. So we'll see what happens. Let's see if I can set up a raid. Targus. Let's do it. So we're gonna raid over Targus. Say hello. I will also say hello. Okay, we are raiding. Let's do it. And if you haven't followed Targus, please do. He's a lot of fun to watch. Let's see what happens.